All right, guys, a nice win from the Utah Jazz. I'm excited about the Jazz more than I've been in a while. Let's talk about it. And the Blazers. It's the Hoops Nerd Show. All right, so the Utah Jazz get a nice dominant win over the Portland Trail Blazers. Let's talk about the Blazers first before we talk about the Jazz. This Blazers team just did not have a very good defense tonight, and I haven't watched enough of the Blazers this year to really get a feel for how good their defense has been. Um, Obviously, they've brought in the new coach, Chauncey Billups, and I don't know if things have changed all that much. Basically, my take on the Blazers this year is just they had that unbelievably bad start from Damian Lillard to start the year, and it just appears that he's gotten better. Although tonight the Jazz really contained him. It was crazy. The Jazz held Damian Lillard to 2 points in the second half. Obviously, we all know what Damian Lillard can do and what he is and who he is and how he plays and how important he is to this Blazers team. He was just kind of not very good tonight. 4 for 12 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3. The Jazz just did a good job of containing him. And no one else on the Blazers really had a huge night. Nurkic had 24 points, so it was obvious that the Blazers were kind of trying to, when the Jazz would switch, Nurkic would go to the hoop, and the Blazers did a good job of getting him the ball inside, and he took advantage. Tonight, Nurkic was 9 for 13 from the field, so they did a great job attacking the switch. It's just that the defense of the Blazers was just horrific tonight, and some of that was just the Jazz offense was just went thermonuclear. And so I haven't seen a lot from Robert Covington this year that makes me all that excited about him. The player that I love on the Blazers that he didn't really have a strong impact tonight was Larry Nance. He was 0 for 2 from the field, minus 16, 1 for 2. Let's see, he took 1 3. I mean, he took 2 shots in this game. He kind of sits on the perimeter, and that's kind of nice, but he's not involved in that offense at all. This Blazers team is they're not looking great. And so Blazers fans, let me know what's frustrating you about this Blazers team, but it's obviously a rough situation for the Blazers right now. I'm just kind of curious where they are. I can't even remember. I know they're 10-11 right now. I don't know if that's including tonight's win or loss. Let's see. I think that is. I'm not completely sure. Look just at NBA.com, but they've just not been the team that you really thought that they would be. And so I just expected more from the Blazers this year. I thought it would be interesting with their new coach, what they would look like, and it's just not been super impressive this year from the Blazers. Terry Stotts might have been better than Blazers fans thought, and that's the scary thing, and that's what we talked about. I talked about the hiring of Chauncey Billups and made a bunch of Blazers fans mad at me, but the big question was Terry Stotts overachieving? Is this team really capable of defending at a high level? And we'll find out. And so far, Chauncey Billups, as a first-year coach, is going through some struggles, and I don't know if this Blazers team is going to be any better. Let's talk about the Jazz. By the way, I'm on my new monitor. The new setup tonight is just exciting. The channel is getting better, guys. I'm really excited. Ezekiel Raisibe, time to get Larry Nance. I actually love Larry Nance, and I was actually watching him pretty close tonight. The guy just makes a lot of defensive plays, and you know what Larry Nance is that's really, something that you should probably think about is he's a power forward center combo who can shoot a high percentage from 3, and he rebounds the ball. He can guard on the perimeter. He's a guy that in the playoffs is super valuable because he's a big that can go out on the perimeter and switch on multiple guys. He's a really valuable player. Ezekiel, I would love to trade for Larry Nance. And Blazers fans, let me know in the comments what you would trade to the Jazz. Like, what would you want from the Jazz for Larry Nance? Because I would love him on the Jazz. I think he would be fantastic. And he's not really making that much. Let's just look at his contract real quick. But I don't think it's really that bad. Larry Nance contract right now, 4-year, $44 million. So he's making less than Bojan, obviously. That's like $10 million a year. But for them to have him take 2 shots in a game and pay him $10 million, I don't know. But that's one thing that I love about Larry Nance is that he's not worried about taking a lot of shots, and he'll move the ball and he'll make the right play. He's a guy that does a lot of the little things. He's one of those guys that's always in the top of the league in deflections and things like that. He's one of those guys that helps you win the game. I love Larry Nance. So Blazers fans, trade him to the Jazz, please. Please trade him to the Utah Jazz. All right, let's talk about the Utah Jazz, who looked incredibly dominant tonight. I honestly, this is one of the better wins of the season for the Jazz, who are actually fun to watch again. Who thinks it's fun to watch the Jazz again? Raise your hands, because I sure do. I sure do. I love this picture, by the way. This picture made me laugh. This is the feeling you get. This picture of Rudy when the Jazz are fun to watch again. When threes are falling, the team's defending. It's amazing. And it's fun to watch, and I love it, and it makes me happy. And the Jazz are finally doing it. Finally doing it. Makes me happy. Let's see. Kenny, Rudy is my father. Rudy is everyone's father at the rim for sure. Rudy Gobert at the rim is one of the most dominating forces out there, and he absolutely just crushes souls and dreams at the rim, and he did that tonight. And honestly, what that does is it allows this camera is like so HD. It's almost like disconcerting. I don't know. Is this what you guys see all the time? Is this is a face for radio. This is a face for voiceovers, not for HD. You guys are getting this in like 4K, and I don't know if I like it. But anyways, Rudy Gobert's dominance at the rim is just so good. And we saw some of those stats coming out today from Kirk Goldsberry. But he's the #1 defender in the NBA again with what he's doing at the rim and on the perimeter. His perimeter defense has always been good, but we're seeing more of it this year. And it's impressive. And what it does is it allows everyone else to be a better defender. And that's part of why Donovan Mitchell deserves credit for his defensive uptick this year, because his steals, he's at a career high in steals right now. And he's able to do that because of this guy's rim protection. And so the more risks the Jazz take, the better, because you know that Rudy Gobert behind them is going to clean up when, a guy drives to the rim. So it's fantastic. Vincent Leos, $5. Thank you, Vincent. I appreciate it so much. Vincent Leos is a man of the people. Rudy celebrated too early, though. Yeah, he did, but it was good. You know what? When you block Dame like that, and Rudy gets so much crap, like Rudy gets so much unnecessary, unfair hate, and people are just like looking to hate on Rudy. So when he gets it, it's okay. And I'm happy with it. All right? I'm happy with it. So anyways, give Rudy Gobert his credit. Let's just take a look at the stat line. I don't even know what it was. People claim I don't watch the games and just look at stat lines. No, I watch them. I don't know what the stat lines are. That's why I check them now. My thoughts come from my viewing. All right? All right. Let's make that clear. You weirdos, you stands in the comments. I see them. You trolls stay under the bridge. I'm here. You're under the bridge. All right? Anyways, let's look at Rudy Gobert's stat line. 9 for 11 from the field, 81%. 16 rebounds, 21 points, 3 assists, by the way, and a lot of those were threes. I don't have time to check them right now. 1 steal, a plus 29 for the game. Rudy Gobert was absolute superstardom tonight. It was fantastic. So shout out to Rudy Gobert. Unbelievable. The other guy, the other tandem, the NBA Jam duo of Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell tonight, 12 for 20 from the field. That's 60%. He was 3 for 8 from 3, 37%. Perfect from the free throw line. He took 3, 5 assists, 4 steals for Donovan Mitchell. I put the wrong stat in SLC Dunk. I'll have to go adjust that. That was 4 steals, not 4 rebounds. Holy smokes. The steals are going up for Donovan Mitchell, and that's because this guy is doing really well. And it's allowing Donovan Mitchell to get steals and transition buckets. Go get Larry Nance, guys. Go get Larry Nance. He's one of the best deflection guys in the NBA. Could you imagine what would happen if he was on the floor with this guy? Could you imagine what would happen? Make that happen. Come on, Jazz. This Blazers team needs to blow it up. And if they blow it up, you got to take advantage. It's like clearance aisle at Costco. Get me a Larry Nance. Get me a Robert Covington. It's clearance time on the Blazers floor, all right? Get me one of those. All right, get me one of those, and one of those, and one of those, and one of those. That's what I want of the Jazz. Get me a Larry Nance right away because he's underutilized and not being used well, and he could be better on the Jazz. 100%. What do you guys want to talk about? Kenny wants to talk about Forrest. It wasn't Butler, but I liked what I saw. Trent Forrest had a really nice night tonight. Quinn gave him some run, and that's nice to see because it rests. So, Trent Forrest played really well, but the biggest benefit is that Mike Conley was at 25 minutes. Mike Conley, by the way, was a plus 21, absolutely dominating. And guess what his line was? He had 2 points, 1 for 4 from the field, 6 assists. He had 2 points and 6 assists, and he was dominating. He just controls when he's on the floor. But that's part of also just Donovan Mitchell's brilliance. He was absolutely superstar all NBA tonight. 5 assists, 4 steals for Donovan is what makes me so excited. The 30% on incredible efficiency is fantastic, but we know he can do that, and he does it in the most important games in the playoffs. It's the 5 assists and 4 steals. Oh, yes, that's what you want. It's the defense and the assists, the playmaking. It's coming together. So when the playmaking combined with the shooting, combined with the steals, yes. I'm on one tonight because the Jazz are back. They're fun to watch again. No more of this stupid, selfish, bad stuff. Make the right play. Make your shots. And it's amazing what happens when the Jazz make their shots. It changes everything. Tonight, as a team, here's what the Jazz stats were as a team. Let's see. 52% from the field as a team. 41% from 3 as a team. And then 69% from the free throw line. A nice stat line for the Jazz. That, if you have that stat line, you're going to the All-Star game. But that was the entire Jazz team. Whoosh, whoosh. Voltron tonight. Voltron. As a team. Donald Schooley, 31 assists. That's why you're a hoops nerd, Donald. That's why you're an all-star, baby. Let's see. As a team tonight, assists. 30 assists I have on NBA.com. Let's refresh just to make sure because Donald Schooley schools all of us. And we got to make sure. I'm getting 30 assists, but you know what? Donald's right, so let's just give an extra assist. I love it. I really, really love it. It makes me so happy. All right. Let's respond to the trolls. I know who you are, and I know where you're from. Guess what? Jordan Clarkson had a really nice night tonight. Deserves all the credit in the world. 6 for 10 from 3. Fantastic. 6 rebounds for Jordan Clarkson. 3 assists. 22 points. Monster stuff from Jordan. And he was 7 for 15 from the field, but I'm okay with that. What I kind of noticed tonight from Jordan Clarkson is that his three-point shots were spot-up threes and not the pull-up threes that he's so used to taking. Where he's dribbling and then pulling up and taking a difficult three, which we know he can make, but overall, it's just not been happening this year. This tonight was fantastic. He was getting the ball from, Donovan Mitchell, Mike Conley, Rudy Gobert hit him for a couple threes, and he was spotting up and knocking them down. It was a big reason why last year he was such a big candidate for 6th Man of the Year and why he won it, because he was knocking that 3 ball down at a high clip. This year, he's been taking a ton of pull-up threes. They have not been falling, and it hurt the team, to be honest. Everyone can talk mess about Donovan Mitchell and what he does, but Donovan's been having a career year in assists, by the way, and he's been having a career year in steals. And we know what Donovan Mitchell can do. So when Donovan Mitchell has a stretch of bad shooting nights, that's okay. The Jazz entire identity is geared around what Donovan Mitchell does. When Jordan Clarkson is taking a ton of pull-up threes and they're not falling, it hurts. Because not only is it taking the ball out of Mitchell's hands, it's taking the ball out of Conley's hands, taking the ball out of Ingles' hands on the pick and roll and things like that. Now, when Jordan Clarkson's getting spot up threes like he was tonight, it's fantastic. And the shot, when it's going down at a high clip, it makes the Jazz absolutely flamethrower on offense. And the Jazz before games like tonight were number 1 in the league. So when they're able to do this with Jordan Clarkson taking spot up threes, that's the analysis. It's just guttural noises. It's just sounds. It's just, that's what it is. When you're getting that, you're getting a good game. What is this? What is that? What's going on tonight? I don't really know. But anyways, the Jazz had just a nice night from Jordan Clarkson. And I think part of the reason I was personally super happy was just the spot up threes. It's fantastic. And when he's knocking them down, it's great. Let's see. Bojan Bogdanovic, nice night. 2 for 5 from 3. Pretty standard Bojan night. 50% from the field, 40% from 3. 13 points. Nice night from Bojan. You'll just take it. And he's been playing much better in the last 10 games than the games before. He's been really, really solid. We mentioned Trent Forrest. Trent Forrest, 12 minutes. He was 2 for 2 from the field. He had that awesome alley-oop to Rudy. 3 assists in the game. He was a plus 14. You know what? You just got to give Trent Forrest credit. And honestly, this has never been an anti-Trent Forrest show, podcast, anything. We are all pro Trent Forrest, but we're also pro Jared Butler, and we know what he can do. So, but at this point, we're seeing what Trent Forrest can do. I hope Jared Butler at some point plays and gets more time, and hopefully he can get some confidence. But for now, Trent Forrest looks much more comfortable, and I guess that's just the way it's going to be. Let's see. Finally, Rudy Gay has been just so good for this team. 14 points. The efficiency wasn't quite as awesome as it's been in the past, but you'll just take, 14 points, 5 rebounds for Rudy Gay with the ability to stretch the floor and his just smart decision-making and defense. You'll take it. This is what I wanted to end it on. Joe Ingles. I don't know what it is about Joe Ingles and starting versus the bench. If Joe Ingles can do what he does when he plays with the starters, with the bench, then that's when he becomes a 6th Man of the Year candidate as well. For whatever reason, when he is playing off the bench, it's just not always quite efficient. And he's had a really shaky year. And we've talked about it. He's looked out of shape to me for a good part of the season. He has looked a little disinterested. The body language has been bad. Overall bad. Not good. And not effective. And the shot, he started off hitting shots, but he just looked slow and it was not good. The last 3, 4, 5 games, he's looked a lot better. And when he's with the starters, he just, I don't know what it is. He just plays better. He just does. Tonight, 5 for 9 from the field, 4 for 8 from 3. Fantastic numbers. 6 assists, 14 points. He was just knocking down his shots. You'll take it. That type of production from Joe Ingles is fantastic. And so that's what you want. It is great to see. Guys, that's all I got tonight. Let's give a shout out. Let's see. We got to give a shout out to our All-Stars. Oh my gosh. Am I a rookie tonight? Because I didn't remember to pull this up before the show started. I actually had driver problems tonight. That's why this is a little later. I had to refresh I actually had to switch out monitors. I bought the new main monitor. My secondary monitor wouldn't work, and that was really annoying. So anyways, let's give a shout out to our All-Stars. These are the guys that make everything happen. The stars of the show, baby. Let's say X marks the spot for Zintas, Jordan the Goat Besserell, Ryan Perry the Legend, Joshua Hansen the Danish Destroyer, and one Anton Warren, Ezekiel Raisibe, the man from down under, JT Buckets Wardell, Austin R. Grant, Editor Extraordinaire, Eric C. The C stands for Champion, Donald Schooley School and all of us, DW to CB, Darren Williams to Carlos Boozer, Jorge Arrizaga, mi amigo de abajo, Lee Christensen driving the lane, Justin Time, Justin Ty H, Patrick Kakubal, the Connoisseur, Robert Hall of Fame, and DW Jazz going all the way. Guys, if you haven't already, like and subscribe to Cook It Up ZZ. We're not done yet. Can you tell I've been going crazy? I'm losing my voice. 14.99. Cook it up, AZ. You're my man. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you so much. Uh, thank you, thank you, thank you. You're amazing. At this point, I feel like we are family on this channel. I'm from Australia and I'm 18 and all my friends for other teams, but mostly 76ers because of Ben Simmons. Love your work. Keep it up. Did you say you're the GO? Oh, well, thank you. Cook it up, ZZ. Well, you know what? Cook it up, ZZ. We are family and I love you, man. And I appreciate you being here and everyone who joins this channel, especially the live guys. You are amazing. And it really is a Hoops Nerd family. You guys are all just a part of this show, and everyone who supports the channel and has joined the channel, all you rookies, starters, are amazing. For the starters, by the way, I put up a little video of me putting up my new setup. You can see what my setup looks like from my point of view, looking here. If you want, you can go see it. It's great, but you guys are amazing. Cook It Up is cooking, and he's amazing, and I appreciate you being a part of this channel, man. I really do. All you Jazz fans and all you Hoops nerds are amazing. You are the best. I love doing this, and the channel's growing, and it's fun, and we're doing this for life, baby. I can't think of doing anything other than this. Why would I want to? This is the most fun I have every day. So, and I appreciate you guys so much. So thanks for joining the channel. If you're new here, become a part of the channel. At the very least, like and subscribe. Hit the bell so you know when we go live, because I don't always have, sometimes it's earlier. We do go live, but hit the bell so you know when. And if you want to support the channel and be part of the chat, I just learned a few things today with the chat that I'm going to try. We might try some live streams because it's fun. And we did it before that had the watch party. It was fun. So this family's growing. Join the family, guys, and join the channel. I would appreciate it. Guys, I will talk to you next time. Like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your family. All of them. Talk to you later.